get calls. Those call on others, and they can get opportunities anywhere.
Here's Gabby and Yuri. Morning, Gabby.
Stephen, how you doing?
Go ahead, Gabby.
Stephen, this morning, 3 weeks ago, I was fighting for my life.
What happened?
I had cancer and I didn't know I had it, Stephen. Just knocked me off my feet Monday 3 weeks ago. Taken to the hospital. They told me Monday night I mightn't see Tuesday morning.
My God.
A young Indian that was there in the hospital, they couldn't get these tubes down my nose and down my throat. Said that my barrel would explode during the night. And a young Indian froze my throat and up the back of my nose and all. And one of the doctors said, I would never thought of doing that. And because of him, I'm still here to annoy you. The next morning when I woke up, after all the surgery, there was a young lady from the Philippines. And we should be so lucky. And people that got over here.
Gabby, you've been with me for years, for goodness sake.
Yep.
So, first of all, I'm sorry to hear what you're going through, and thank goodness you're still with us. Gabby.
But I mean...
Gabby, hold on, Gabby. Hold on. So tell me what's happened to you. What type of cancer did you have?
Bowel cancer. They took out a massive tumour and cut away loads of stuff, Stephen. All they had is a wee niggly pain. The word cancer never come into my family the Monday 3 weeks ago.
And how did you not know you had it?
I'd been running to the doctors and doing tests for prostate and bowel cancer, and my bloods would come back clear.
And what were the symptoms, Gabby?
I had a wee niggly pain down in my groin. Nothing else. And as my mate said, if your car was making a wee noise, you'd have all the mechanics in the country looking at it. Because it was in my groin, I just kept putting it up because it was a wee pain I could put up with, Stephen. And I so regret it now.
And what brought this to a head then?
I was going down to get a camera up the back end to look to see what they were saying. I had diverticulitis or some word like that. And they found an obstruction, so they give me this stuff. The stuff you take before they put the camera in that wipes out your system. I took it and it didn't clear out in the system, and then started getting cramps, and I just wasn't fit to do anything, Stephen. And a wee doctor came out to see me Monday 3 weeks ago, and she says, get this man in the hospital. She spotted straight away, and I mean, all the people around me had all different colours of skin from me. They were from all different countries, and see these morons who throw bricks at their houses and all. They should stop and think that they could be the people that's going to save their granny.
And when did you find out? How did they tell you had cancer?
They just told me very bluntly on the Monday night. They put me through a big CT scanner and all. And first of all, they told me if I didn't get these tubes in, I wouldn't see Tuesday morning. And then on the Tuesday morning, they give me the scenario. I think the doctors just give you it straight from the heart and prepare you for all events and just...
But what just blew my mind there, Gabby, is that so you don't know you have cancer.
I was never in a hospital before in my life. I'm 63. I'm on no tablets. I'm perfectly healthy as such. And, just to be knocked straight on my feet.
And so you go in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
You don't know you have cancer, and then they say, look, you have cancer. And did they seriously say, and you might not survive till tomorrow?
No, they told me I wouldn't if I didn't get these tubes into me. It's not a might. The big man in the hospital come into me at 10 o'clock at night to me and my wife, and they told me I wouldn't be here in the morning because one doctor suggested waiting tomorrow morning and knocking me out and putting these tubes into me. He said, if we don't get these tubes into this man tonight, he says he won't be here in the morning. He says, Mr. Corn, we have to talk business. And the wee Indian come in and he fitted about, and I own my life.
My goodness. So, Gabby, what happens when you're told you might die within 24 hours? Like, how does your brain cope with that?
I said, no more Nolan show to a night. Okay. Even I spent the whole night doing something I've never done before, saying prayers. It was tough. Everything goes by, Stephen.
Goodness sake, you're someone. Look, in this program, this program's like a family. We started off in City Beat maybe about 20 years ago, and lots of you then followed me to here to Radio Ulster, and there are quite a few of you who, I don't meet you every day, but I hear you during the week, and we talk to each other, and you're like friends, for goodness sake.
It was quite tough, Stephen. It is surreal when people tell you.
The shocking thing.
You look at your wide family and your friends, and all of a sudden they tell you it could be over.
And the shocking thing about what you're saying, Gabby, no matter whether it's me sitting here in this radio studio or the team behind the scenes here or people sitting in the car, people sitting at home, this could happen to any of us.
Yeah, Stephen, here's the thing.
My God.
And wait, I tell you, The only time I go into chapels at a wedding or a funeral, and you say to yourself, you're just not ready. You reassess your life.
So that 24 hours, you say you sat up all night praying.
Yeah.
That just must have been...
Well,
what do you do? Do you start...
I couldn't sleep anyway with all the tubes.
But do you start ringing your family, or do you start contact? What do you do when you're told that?
I didn't want to see my family.
You didn't?
No.
Why?
Didn't want to hurt them.
So did you not contact them?
They were all out in the corridor crying. No, it's... How do you say cheerio to your kids? It's tough. I'm a tough old turkey, Stephen, but...
I know you are.
The man up above can pull us all in the line when he needs to. I prayed and prayed, and the doctor the next morning just told me, he says, somebody up there doesn't need you, Mr. Corn. He says, because the two surgeons we need to do this operation are down there prepping for you. He says, and you're so lucky. He asked me to sign a piece of paper because they're going to put one of these bags on the side. He says, we can do a wee fancy job and remove the bag in 6 months. He says, we don't have that luxury, Mr. Corn. We've spotted a lot of stuff that we need to remove, and I'm not spending my couple of hours working on you doing fancy sewing. I have a lot of work to do on you. So he says, we're going in there to fight for your life. We need your help. And I signed it, and I just said to him, look, you can take my head off if you want. He says, we're not that extreme. And as I say, when I woke up, one of the first nurses I seen was from the Philippines, and she was with me for a week in intensive care, and she was fabulous. She was such a lovely, lovely lady.
Your call in a heartbeat today, Gabby, your call in the last 5 or 6 minutes, is much more powerful a message than I or any politician in this country or anybody else in this country could be sending out about how the racists in this country and those people that start talking about why certain people from whatever type of ethnic background should not be welcome here. Let them hear what you're saying today. These
people, when I woke up, the person that put the injection into my arm is from the Czech Republic. I'm a nosy person. I keep saying, where are you from? Where are you from? And I spoke to them on the colour of their skin, and including the people from here that were working with me. None of them asked me whether a Protestant or a Catholic. They went in to fight to save my life. There's none of them says, are you from Newry? I don't worry about him. Them people fought as a team. I'm so proud of Daisy Hospital. And you see the guy who saved my life, the main man. Stephen, that man supports the Republic of Ireland. I'm going to try and do something to thank him. He's one of these season ticket holders. And I will write to everybody connected with the Republic of Ireland to get that man even a signed ball or something. But here's the thing. That man gets out and he leaves his children every morning and he comes in the Newry. Like a lot of them do right across the north of Ireland. And he saves people's lives as a matter of routine, as a day's work. And we just don't look at them and appreciate it. No, Stephen, I'm quite popular in Newry, and I've seen that among the cards and all. But I mean, I do lots and lots of charity work here. And that man just stepped in Tuesday morning 3 weeks ago and brought me back from certain death. And probably on Wednesday morning he's doing the same for some other family.
And what's the prognosis, Gabby? Are you going to be all right?
I'm good. I'm going back up on Friday morning for a wee check-up. I'm trying to adjust to having a bag, but people tell me half the country has them, Stephen. The alternative, I had Father's Day with my children. It's tough. But
are you going to...
They've told me whenever I'm strong enough...
Do they think, Gabby, that they've got all the cancer out of you?
He told me he had it all, and he wants to give me a blast of chemo to make sure. He says whenever I'm strong enough, he wants me to go through chemo just to make sure he missed nothing. But in his words, the morning I come out of the operation, he asked me the next morning, was I sore? And I said, I've had better mornings. He says, I dug some stuff out of you. To just say it like it is, Stephen, they're just ordinary guys and what they call an ordinary job. And we just don't realise what we have here in the north of Ireland. And I mean the whole team. We see these young coloured girls and men walking down through our town to do their shopping. We should maybe stop and think, is that the man who's going to save my mother next week? Or my granny? Or some stupid people who throw stones and get into trouble because of the colour of these people's skins? They might be looking up at them somewhere and say, thank God that lady was here.
Well, listen, Gabby, as I said, you've been with us for years, and my goodness, how this programme has taken a turn over the last 10 minutes just listening to you. I'm glad that I'm glad, Gabby, that you're still alive. I'm glad that you're still fighting.
Yeah, I'll be here tonight. And at some stage, I'll get tickets for one of your shows if I'm lucky.
Well, listen. You come up to our first show, and we'll look after you, and we'll get you dinner. It's on September.
It's a great show. It's a great mixed show, and again, we need these people.
All right, Gabby, thank you. Well, I'll leave you to think about that. See you tomorrow.
The biggest show in the country. The Stephen Nolan Show.
Thank you, Stephen. Good morning.